Hi everyone, I'm Jeanette Purcell and I've been asked to give the employer's perspective on all of this. So I'm really delighted to be asked to come and speak about my experiences of hiring 2 interns last year through Birkbeck and using the Santander scheme. I'm a managing director of an established consultancy practice which specialises in leadership and change management. And before that, I was chief executive of the Association of MBAs, known as AMBA, which some of you might recognise being in this world. But about 2 years ago, I set up an additional company, which really emerged from the consultancy business that I run. And that company is the Brain Exchange. And the Brain Exchange is based on the idea that senior people in organisations sometimes need to step out of their organisation and sit round the table with people who are maybe in similar positions but work in a different world or in a different profession. And we facilitate a discussion which allows them to work through business problems, share ideas, plan together, do some thinking aloud in a way that they can't possibly do at work or probably do at work. And so that was the idea of the Brain Exchange, and it's grown, it's popular, and I think it's quite unique in the sort of massive business networks that there are around. But I realised last year that I really needed some help, particularly on social media and marketing, which isn't my thing, and I really didn't have time to focus on that. So I started thinking, I wonder if it's possible for someone like me to get an intern to help with this. And I must say that my assumption was it probably wasn't possible because I thought I'm too small. I don't offer the kind of support and infrastructure that a large corporate would be able to offer. I'd only want someone part-time and they'd have to work remotely. So I thought all of those things would rule me out. However, I contacted a few universities and asked the question. From some of them I got a kind of standard response, put your job application on our website, thank you. From others I got no reply at all. But from Birkbeck I got a suggestion that we should have a meeting, which was a great start. And it all started from there. And at that meeting with Hannah and Eleanor, who are here, I was able to say to them, look, this is what I want, is it possible? They were able to say, yes, absolutely. And they then took me through the whole process. And it was that support and just helping me to manage the process of going through hiring an intern that was so important to me. So I ended up taking on 2 interns, which wasn't my intention, but I interviewed and I had 2 that I couldn't choose between. They were equally great. And Naomi was down on the list to come. Is she here? No, I'm sure that doesn't reflect any of her experiences with me, but she was down there. They were both excellent. One of them, Naomi, is a journalist, and so she was very good at writing blogs and doing all the text and the media for the Brain Exchange. And Lara was her background was in branding and digital marketing, so she really took over the social media side. And what I wanted them to do was just write a strategy from scratch and get it started. And that's what they did. I was absolutely amazed. They were exceptional. They were intelligent, creative, self-starters. They didn't really need much support from me. In fact, I kept telling them I was learning from them. So I think I've benefited perhaps more than they have from this. And crucially, they helped me to make a significant increase in membership of the Brain Exchange. 2 comments before I finish. One comment is that when I was looking at adverts that were already out there for interns, it did strike me that so many employers did not talk about what they were able to offer students. And I think that's what an internship is all about. So I tried very hard to give Naomi and Lara as much coaching, advice, support as I could, to give them interesting challenges, to invite them to events where they would meet people. And, you know, I do think that responsibility on the part of the employer is very important. And also I've reflected since hiring these interns that there must be so many employers out there running tiny businesses like mine who don't realise that this opportunity is available to them. So thank you, Birkbeck, and thank you, Santander, for helping me to do this. I now need to hand over to Fernanda, who is an international student here, sponsored on a scholarship with Birkbeck. Fernanda.